I just wanted to check in with you on something. So, about our wedding, are you really gonna come? Like, are you sure you want to do that? I mean, you must be super busy with your part-time job. It must be crazy exhausting to work fewer than 35 hours a week. And if I'm being really honest, I don't know if you would fit in at the wedding anyway. You're kind of, how can I put it, plain?
Well, Carol, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to express your concerns. I'm sure you must be working far more than 35 hours a week getting ready for your wedding. But you don't need to worry about me. There's no part-time job in the world that could keep me from going to my own brother's wedding.
Man, it must really suck to have a part-time job, huh? If I was only working part-time at my age, I think I'd rather just tell people I was unemployed. And that reminds me, it is super weird that you have a husband like Sawyer.
Weird? Exactly what part of us being married is weird?
Well, you know, it's like Sawyer is so amazing, and you're so... you. I guess it kind of feels like a guy like Sawyer is wasted on a girl like you. He could do better, and not just a little bit better. We're talking leagues better.
Alright, I've had enough of this. Carol, I do not appreciate you talking about me like that at all. You're being incredibly rude and you need to knock it off. My relationship with Sawyer is between me and him. It doesn't involve you in any way.
Can you blame me though? Anyone with eyes could see you two are a total mismatch. Sawyer is literally the perfect man. He's handsome, athletic, a hard worker. Exactly what did you do in order to land a catch like him? I've been racking my brain ever since I heard the news about you two, but it just doesn't make sense. I always thought you'd be much better off marrying someone more on your level.
Oh, do go on, Carol. Tell me all about what my level is.
Oh, I think you know what I mean. Sawyer should have come to me before settling for you. I would have been able to find him a much better wife than you.
Uh-huh. You mean a person more like you, am I right?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I deliberately did not say that. As for whether I'm thinking it or not, well, no comment. But since you mentioned it, I think you just might be onto something. Sawyer would be way happier with a stylish, sexy, charming woman like me. You have to agree with me on that point, right?
I can't say I've ever thought about how well you and my husband would do together, Carol. Seeing as though, you know, he's my husband. I'm also unsure why you would be bringing something like this up right now, since you're going to be marrying my brother soon.
I just can't help it. I feel so bad for poor Sawyer.
I'm so appalled by your honesty that I'm finding it hard to be offended by the way you're talking about me. It's only out of morbid curiosity that I ask. Why do you feel bad for him?
How could I not feel sorry for him being stuck with a boring woman working a part-time job for a wife? An incredible man deserves an incredible woman, and I am an incredible woman. We would be so great together, don't you think?
I'm really confused. What exactly does me working only part-time have to do with my appeal to my husband? Sawyer does do a lot for me, yes, but that's just a part of being married. We both help each other out. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. And not that I need to defend my marriage to you, but both of us are perfectly happy with each other.
What? I have, no idea what you're even talking about.
Yeah, I don't doubt that's the case. But it's alright, you don't need to understand anything about me and Sawyer. However, what you do need to understand is that my brother cares for you very much. I love my brother Carol. Please, don't do anything that would break his heart.
Okay, I see you're gonna go on one of your little goody two-shoes speeches again. Let me tell you what you need to understand. My wedding is my wedding. It's not your wedding or anyone else's. You get that? It's mine. And since it is my wedding, what I say goes. I say that I want my wedding to be perfect. So, if you're really planning on coming, you had better watch your act, Mandy. Read the room and all that.
Read the room? What are you talking about?
I love your brother just the same as you do and all, but honestly, I think Sawyer is a better fit for me. And maybe, just maybe, I haven't yet closed the door on that particular option. But hey, you can just keep going about your day, working your menial part-time job, and not having a care in the world.
I'll do that. Anyway, I'm willing to do whatever I can in order to make sure my brother finds the happiness he deserves. I hope that once we officially become family, you and I can find a healthy distance and stay on friendly terms.
As if I'd ever be on friendly terms with an ugly woman who has no fashion sense and works a lame part-time job.
I'll see you at the wedding, Carol. Have a nice day. Hey, Drew, how are things going with the wedding? Is everything going according to plan? Are you and Carol getting along all right?
Yeah, everything's going just fine. Carol's really excited too. She's constantly looking at different decoration options and other stuff and giggling away. It's cute to watch. And no, we aren't really having any problems to speak of. Why do you ask? Is there something in particular that you're concerned about?
No, it's nothing. Just thought I'd ask. I'm glad to hear that Carol is looking forward to the wedding. And, well, I guess there is something on my mind. She was texting me earlier today, and she said some things that were kind of concerning. But hey, if you're happy and she's happy, that's all that I want for you.
Huh. It's not like you to be so concerned about my relationship with Carol. And you say she said some concerning things? What sort of things?
Really, it's nothing for you to be worried about. It just seemed like she was kind of stressed out, that's all.
I think I know what you mean. She's pretty giddy most of the time, but from time to time she does kind of get overwhelmed by everything. And when that happens, well, she can lash out a bit. But it's nothing for you to be worried about. I know how to handle her when she's stressed.
Yeah, you have been dating for quite a while. I'm not really sure of what she's thinking most of the time, but I'm sure you two can practically finish each other's sentences. And it's like I said, all that I want is for you to be happy. If you say you're happy, then I'm behind you all the way. I'll try not to take what she says to me so seriously from now on.
Actually, can I be honest with you for a second? The truth is that she has been acting a little bit, I don't know, differently lately. Like she's being kinda cold to me all of a sudden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like there's this weird distance in between us that hasn't been there up until recently. I've been thinking that maybe I've done something to hurt her, but yeah, I don't know.
Do you have any idea at all what might have caused it? Has she been doing anything or saying anything differently lately?
Yeah, I can't really think of anything in particular.
Okay, and how long has this been going on? A few weeks? A month or so?
I think it probably got started back around the time when I first brought her to meet the whole family. You and Sawyer were there too, do you remember that?
That was about 2 months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right, but it doesn't seem to me like it would be related. I remember everyone got along really well that day. But yeah, ever since then I've been kind of concerned about how her attitude has changed.
That is a bit unusual. Do you think it might have something to do with Sawyer?
Sawyer? What about him?
Well, just call it a hunch. Have you talked to Carol about this? You know, have you tried telling her that she seems off lately and ask her what's wrong?
Nah, I haven't been direct with her yet. It's kind of a difficult conversation to have, you know?
Right. Well, as difficult of a conversation as it is, I'm pretty curious about this, so I think I'll look into it myself.
Look into it? What are you gonna do?
Just that. I'm gonna look into it. In the meantime, if you're concerned about her, I think you should be upfront and talk to her. You're getting married soon. You don't want to start off your relationship on the wrong foot, do you? Anyway, I'm gonna have to let you go now. Remember, Drew, I'm on your side. Forever. If there's ever anything you want to talk to me about, you know where to find me.
Mandy, what in the world do you think you're doing?
Huh? Well, I think I'm sitting in my seat and waiting for the wedding to start.
Have you forgotten whose wedding this is? It's mine! I thought I made that clear to you. This is my gorgeous, stylish, fancy, luxurious wedding. But you think you can just show up wearing that plain, dull, boring dress? I can't believe you would be so insensitive. Are you trying to ruin the happiest day of my life?
Carol, you're doing it again.
Doing what? Being assertive? Speaking my mind?
Being a jerk and speaking in an incredibly rude way to me.
Excuse me? How exactly am I being rude to you? You think it's rude to speak the plain and simple truth? You are a lame, boring person, and you are wearing a dull, ugly dress. My God in heaven, I just looked out over the room and you stick out like a big, sore pink thumb. Like, how do you even accomplish that? You're so plain and dull that you actually stand out. You are ruining the atmosphere.
Okay, I wasn't expecting an apology, but I doubly didn't expect that you would double down on criticizing me. Have I done something to offend you, Carol?
Don't go making this personal when it's not. All I'm doing is calling it like I see it. And maybe if you would look in the mirror, you'd see that I'm totally right. Look, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I want you to leave. Oh, but tell Sawyer that he can stay. I only want you gone. A total hottie like him is exactly the kind of attractive, stylish person I want here today. You know, the kind of guy that everyone can look at and feel glad that they came.
Why do you think everyone is going to be looking at my husband during your wedding?
Because I, the bride, say so. I'm the queen today, and I say I want everyone to notice him. But let's be real, Mandy. I know you're pretty dense, but you have to see that he fits in way better here than you do, right?
All that I can see right now is that you're being incredibly rude to me. You continue to cross new lines with every single text.
Again with the rude thing. How am I being rude? It's not rude to call the sky blue or the sun hot, is it? I've tried to be as gentle as possible up until now, but you're just not getting it, so I'm gonna give it to you straight. I want your ugly ass out of my wedding, and I want you to leave your handsome husband behind. Get it now? It's my wedding, and what I say goes. And since you're my guest, it's your responsibility to help make my wedding exactly how I want it.
I guess you're really going to be this way. All right, Carol, if that's what you want, fine. I don't have to put up with this.
No, you're getting it wrong. I'm the one who doesn't have to put up with having an ugly, boring woman in the audience at my wedding. Go put on your uniform and pick up some extra hours at the convenience store you work at, and make sure you show Sawyer to his seat in the front row before you go, okay?
As you wish. I'm leaving.
Don't forget what I said! You go, Sawyer stays.
Goodbye, Carol. I hope you enjoy your wedding.
Mandy, what's going on? I just looked into the chapel again, and none of your family members are there. What happened? Where did they all go?
Well, Sawyer and I left, so I can only imagine that everyone else did the same thing. It must have been confusing for everyone to watch us walking out. They were probably just concerned about what happened to us.
Wait, but that's insane! You're not really gonna let your whole family just walk out like this, are you? The other guests are all going to be super shocked. There's still some time left before the ceremony starts, so call everyone and tell them to come back.
Sorry, Carol, but we're never coming back. You told us to leave, and so we left. The end. I don't see what reason we have to want to come back either. Did you completely forget everything that you've said to me this morning?
Oh, come on. It was just a joke. You didn't have to take it so seriously. If you and your family don't come back here, then I am in big trouble. I'm begging you, please get everyone to come back. And you can come to the wedding too, okay? That will make everything all right again. And if you don't come back, then no one else will.
I hate to break it to you, Carol, but you're wasting your time. No one is coming back. Especially not after they saw the way we left.
But how can you say that? This is your brother's wedding, isn't it? Are you really gonna flake out on your own brother's wedding?
It's odd to be hearing that from you now. After all, you knew it was my brother's wedding when you told me to leave and my husband to stay. What were you thinking, saying something stupid like that to me? I've tried, Carol. I've tried my hardest. I let the past go and did everything I could to get along with you, all because I wanted Drew to be happy.
You let the past go? What past? I don't know what you mean.
I don't doubt that. But whether you realize it or not, you've succeeded in getting me to do something I hate doing most of all. Give up. I'm giving up on you. I'm not gonna try anymore. And this isn't just me. Sawyer is probably angrier at you than I am. So we're going home and staying home.
What? Why is Sawyer mad at me? I'm so confused. Mandy, is everyone really leaving?
They most certainly are, Carol. It's time for you to face the consequences of your heartless words and actions. And I know that my words are wasted on you at this point, so I'm not going to say any more. Goodbye.
Wait, Mandy, don't go! Would you at least tell me what you meant by letting the past go? I really don't get it!
I think you do get it, Carol. At least you should. There's no one who would understand what I mean better than you. I'm talking about you and Sawyer.
Wait, you mean you knew about that? Oh my god, does Drew know too?
I haven't told him yet, if that's what you're asking. But I know that you've been lying to my brother.
Lying? About what?
After I left, you started telling him all sorts of stupid lies about me. You know, like how it was my fault that your wedding is turning into a complete disaster.
But that's not a lie, though. It's just true. Your whole family left after you guys did, so it really is all your fault.
I guess Drew was tempted to believe you were telling the truth for a second. But only for a second. He practically immediately texted me because he sensed there was more to the story than what you were telling him. And it's a good thing he did, because I was able to explain the whole thing. You think that I stole Sawyer from you, don't you?
Well,
I know that you and Sawyer dated a long time ago, and after he dumped you, you were never able to get over him. Yes, that's right. I know that he was the one who dumped you. Your relationship barely even lasted long enough to call it a relationship. He quickly got tired of your self-centered, narcissistic attitude and walked away before things went too far. And it's that part of your past that left you with a fierce, vicious grudge against me, right?
wow, I guess you really do know everything. Okay, well in that case, there's no reason for us to say anything else to each other. Yeah, you're right. I resent you for stealing Sawyer from me, and I have every right to resent you for that. So don't go and add one more item to my list of reasons to hate you, okay? Get back here right now! You already got in the way of my happiness once. Don't ruin my wedding today, too!
I haven't ruined anything. You told me to leave, and so I left. You said it's my responsibility to make your wedding just the way you wanted, right? And another thing, I didn't steal Sawyer from you. He was the one who walked away from you, and that was before I met him, so you don't actually have any legitimate reasons to resent me at all. Sawyer's not your possession, he's his own person. He dated you for a while, then decided he didn't want to date you anymore. Then he met me, decided he wanted to date me, and then decided that he wanted to marry me. And he is totally free to make those decisions. You don't have any justification for resenting me or him for what he did after you two had already broken up.
But yes, I do!
I'm not interested in continuing this conversation anymore. I should have ended it a long time ago. I'm not even the person who you need to be talking to right now. You should be having a very important conversation with Drew. So goodbye, Carol. You are genuinely the single worst person I have ever met. I never want to see your face again. Hey, Drew, I need you to come to Mom and Dad's house tomorrow. There's something that we need to set straight, and I want everyone to be there for it.
Uh-oh. I take it to mean that this is serious then?
Yes, it's extremely serious, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Let me guess. This is about Carol, isn't it?
Bingo. I'm having everyone come to Mom and Dad's house tomorrow to tell them all something, and I want you to be there too. There's some very important evidence that I need you to see.
Okay, say no more. I'll be there. But you got me pretty nervous, Mandy. Would you mind telling me what's going on?
I'll just give you the background information for now. After everything happened at the wedding, I understand that you talked to Carol about somehow making your relationship work out. If that's the choice that you want to make for yourself, then I'm not going to get in your way. However, before you make that decision, there is something that you need to know. And again, I have all the evidence I need to back up what I'm going to tell you. I just want to actually say it in front of the whole family. I hope you understand.
Okay, I understand. I know you better than anyone, so I know that if you're talking to me like this, it must be something serious.
It's incredibly serious, and it's something that concerns the entire family.
Mandy! I can't believe you! Why would you do that to me? That was uncalled for! That was unfair! Why did you do that in front of your whole family? I don't care if you had evidence that I was trying to get together with Sawyer. You had no right to show that to everyone. I mean, don't you care about Drew at all? How do you think that made him feel?
I don't know. How do you think what you did made him feel?
What I did? What do you mean, what I did?
Come on, Carol. Really now. I think it's time you finally gave up and admitted it. Even after the wedding, you've kept right on sending me all sorts of harassing texts and voicemails. Not only that, you've been following Sawyer around town, too.
I did no such thing! You're so full of it! I didn't do anything wrong at all!
I just showed everyone all the evidence I need to prove that you did do exactly what I'm saying. You're done, Carol. It's over for you. No one is ever gonna trust you again. I think this was enough to finally get Drew to open his eyes, too.
You didn't have to do that in front of everyone you know!
Oh, didn't I? You were absolutely desperate to rekindle your relationship with Sawyer. You've been sending both him and me constant texts over the last few days. You even followed him to his office, then waited all day until he left so you could invite him out to drinks. And what I think might be the worst thing of all is how you were telling Sawyer that you think he's a better man for you than Drew. But again, that all ends now. You've been found out. You saw all the evidence I have against you, and so did the rest of the family. You're not going to talk your way out of this, so you can give up trying to deny it, or make up any more stupid excuses. We all know the truth.
Okay, well, so what if I did try to get back together with Sawyer? I'm engaged to a guy and I'm starting to have some doubts about our future together. Is that so wrong? Every couple goes through a time like that.
Yeah, but not every bride kicks her sister-in-law out of the wedding, then stalks her ex-boyfriend. Even just the things you did and said at your wedding would be enough reason for everyone to hate you. But that just wasn't enough for you, was it? No, you had to go and step it up a notch. I know that you made a promise to Drew after the wedding got called off. You told him that you would never do anything to betray his trust ever again. You apologized for the way you treated us and swore that you would never try anything funny with Sawyer from that point on. And it didn't even take you a week to go and break every single one of those promises. It's only been a few days. It's clear that you don't feel the slightest bit of remorse.
You want to make this all about me, but try thinking about Drew for once. His own sister just put together an entire investigative report on his fiancée and spilled the beans to the whole family. I can't imagine how humiliating that must have been for him.
What was the humiliating part, Carol? Can you tell me that? Was it the fact that just a few days after your wedding, you were trying to start an affair with your married ex-boyfriend? Or was it that I told him about it? Which do you think was more humiliating? What you've done is an affront to not just me, Sawyer, and Drew, but to this entire family. Drew is finally giving up on you, thank God. But that's not because of what I did or what Sawyer did. It's because of what you did. You're not going to get anywhere by blaming me for this. This whole chain of events started with you and ended with you.
I don't understand why you have to be so mean to me. Drew says he doesn't want to get married to me anymore.
I'm gonna have to borrow your line for this one. All I did was tell the plain and simple truth, Carol. I hope you take this opportunity to think about just how many people you've hurt with your selfish actions.
How am I selfish? You're the one who's taking Sawyer all for yourself.
There you go again. Tell me, Carol, did you realize that Sawyer has blocked your number? He hasn't read any of your texts to him for a while, right? Wake up, Carol. Everyone knows about all the horrible things you did. No one is ever going to trust you again. You even managed to alienate Drew, the one person who was still willing to stand by you after everything. And unless you change your ways, you're going to alienate everyone else in your life until you have absolutely no one left. This is the end, Carol. For real this time. If you ever try to mess with me or Sawyer again, I'm calling the police. Goodbye, forever.
Mandy, I can't say enough how sorry I am for what happened. I just can't believe that Carol would actually try and get back together with Sawyer. It's all my fault. If I hadn't brought her to the house that day to introduce her, none of this would have happened.
No, Drew, don't feel that way. You aren't responsible for any of this at all. Just tell me one thing. You can see Carol for what she really is now, right? I've shown you all the texts, voicemails, pictures, videos, voice recordings. You know how terrible she is, right? Please, tell me that you're cutting her off for good.
Absolutely, Mandy. I'm ending things with her once and for all. I feel like such an idiot for ever trusting her. It's almost like she was planning on doing this from the very beginning.
What do you mean?
Well, I was just wondering if the only reason she started going out with me in the first place was because she knew I was Sawyer's brother-in-law. And if that's the case, then she never really cared about me at all. I can't believe I couldn't see what was going on sooner.
Is that what she told you she did?
No, she didn't say that. Not directly, anyway. I just kind of feel like that's the case. I mean, how can that be a coincidence? I got engaged to my sister's husband's ex-girlfriend.
I don't think worrying about it is going to do you any good. It certainly won't clear anything up, or make you feel any better.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. I don't even know how she would be able to figure all that out. I'll just try not to think about it. Thanks again, Mandy. All the evidence you put together really opened up my eyes.
I'm glad I was able to help. Trust me, you are never going to regret breaking up with Carol. I'm sorry that things ended up this way, though. Like I always say, if you need to talk, you can call me anytime.
I might just take you up on that offer. Well, I guess the first thing for me to do now is start to rebuild my plan for my future.
And I'll be here for you whenever you need some advice.
Hi there, Mandy. I hope you're doing well these days. I know a lot of time has passed since, well, that whole mess, but I wanted the chance to apologize.
Hi, Carol. Go ahead and say what you need to say.
Okay, so I've done a lot of thinking, and I've come to realize just how terrible I was to you. Not just you, but to Sawyer and Drew, too. I thought that I was totally over Sawyer, but when I saw him on the day Drew took me to your parents' house, I just felt like it was fate.
You felt that way while standing next to your fiancé?
I know. I was a total idiot. I get that now. But at the time, it was like a fire was lit inside of me, and I lost control.
So, that fire turned into a burning rage against me?
Basically, yeah. I didn't even understand why I was so angry at you. All I knew was that I was really angry. And well, one thing led to another, and before I knew it, things escalated way too far. I just want you to know, I had no idea about you and Sawyer when I started dating Drew. That was a total coincidence.
If you say so, I'll believe you. I can understand if you had some old feelings come back up, but that doesn't change the fact that what you did to all of us was terrible.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I have no excuses. From now on, I'm gonna work on controlling my emotions so I don't do this to anyone else ever again.
I'm glad to hear that. However, I have to ask you to stay out of our lives. I can let go of the past, but I don't want you in our future.
I totally understand, and I'll respect your wishes. Drew already blocked my number, but could you give him a message for me? Tell him that I genuinely did care about him, and that I'll never bother him again. He's a great guy, and he deserves all the happiness in the world.
Okay, I'll pass that on to him for you. A lot happened between us, but I do hope you make the best of things and make a brighter future for yourself. Goodbye, Carol. Carol's apology came several months after the wedding, when I had mostly cooled off. But still, she caused a lot of hurt for us, and I can't say that I'm completely over it yet. Carol left town shortly after that, I understand, and she's currently trying to rebuild her life in a new city. After he broke up with Carol, Drew decided that he would fill the void by focusing on his work. As a result, he's earned himself a promotion. I'm really proud of him. He's finally managed to find peace in both his personal and professional life. As for Sawyer, Carol's antics probably caused him the most grief out of any of us. He still brings up that psycho Carol from time to time. Even though he had no intentions of cheating, the very fact that Carol tried to get with him was enough to make him feel guilty. We're at peace, though, and we're treating every day as an opportunity to grow closer together as a family.
Hey, Nancy, I don't think I've talked to you about this yet, but congratulations on getting engaged. I bet you're really looking forward to the wedding, huh? And, actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. There's something that's worrying me about your wedding, and I hope you don't mind me saying it.
Oh, hey, Audrey. It's been a while since we've talked, huh? Thanks for your well wishes about my engagement. And you say you're worried about the wedding? What is it?
Well, to be more precise, it's less about your wedding and more about your engagement as a whole. You know that me and Alex go way back, right? We've known each other since we were kids, and we basically talk about everything to each other. He's probably told you as much, am I right? I feel like it must have come up in your conversations together at some point.
Oh yeah, trust me. I know all about how good of friends you guys are. Alex talks about you all the time. All the time. Like, he prefaces every conversation with, "So Audrey and I were talking the other day, and..."
Right? And that's the thing that concerns me. You guys might be getting married, but nothing's gonna change the fact that me and him are best friends, and we always will be. Are you gonna be comfortable with that? I've been wondering for a while how you're gonna react to how close we were, so I thought the best thing to do would be to ask you directly.
Well, I really appreciate that you're considerate enough of my feelings to ask me about that, Audrey. The answer to your question is, I'm not altogether too concerned about Alex's past. The most important thing to me is that we're going to start a new life together. We trust each other, and we're both really looking forward to spending the rest of our lives together. So, regardless of whatever sort of past the two of you had together, Alex's future is with me.
Not really sure what you meant by that, Nancy. Like, do you think that Alex is your possession or something? Like you're the only person who exists in his world now?
No, that's not what I meant at all. I'm just saying we're getting married, so we're going to build our own future together. That's all.
You know, I've been wondering about this for a long time now, and I still really don't get it. Why did Alex pick you? But it's whatever. He made his choice, and he can live with it. I just think you ought to know Alex has personally told me that I will always have a special place in his heart and in his life. So you can say your vows and exchange rings and whatever, but just so you know, Alex isn't going to be spending any less time with me. If anything, we might just get even closer than we already are. I really hope that you can find happiness being married to him, but I kinda doubt you will. I still say that the best woman for Alex is someone who really understands him. A woman like me.
Audrey, why are you doing this? What are you saying all this to me for? You're acting like some kind of dog marking her territory or something. It's almost like you're threatening me. You can go ahead and think what you'd like about Alex, but how you think has absolutely no impact on our relationship. So, before you go getting any ideas in your head, you're not going to get me to break up with Alex. Is that what you're after? Do you have a crush on Alex or something?
Who, me? Nah, that's not it. Alex, however, he might be another story entirely. But hey, if you really want to marry Alex, then you're more than free to do so. Okay, I'll let you go now. That's all I wanted to get off my chest. I'm really looking forward to the wedding. It's gonna be so great to celebrate your wedding with you. I might even have a little special celebration with Alex.
Is that so?
Okay, see you later.
Hold on, Audrey. Let's get one thing straight. This is our wedding. It's going to be the happiest day of our lives. Then we celebrate the moment we become bound together forever. If you are genuinely happy for us and want to support us, then you're more than welcome to come. However, if you have any issues at all, then you don't have to come. And if you can't handle our relationship, then I would very much appreciate it if you would put some distance between yourself and Alex. That's what would be the best for everyone involved. Another thing, there are going to be a lot of my family, friends, and business associates at the wedding. I don't want to deal with any kind of trouble on that day. Is that clear?
Crystal clear, Nancy. You don't need to worry about a thing. I'm totally, genuinely happy for you guys. I hope you take really good care of Alex for me. Well, I think I'll keep on taking care of him too, actually.
Right. I gotta go, Audrey. Talk to you later. Alex, can we talk? Audrey just texted me again. I'm starting to get concerned about her. You don't think she'll do anything funny, do you?
Nancy, come on. It's just like I told you before, you're overreacting. I know it's concerning for you because she's a girl and she's really close to me, but trust me, me and her are done, okay? All she is to me is just another one of my old friends from school.
I know, you've told me that before, and I do trust you, but it's her that I'm worried about. The way she's going out of her way to text me all this stuff. It's just suspicious. I can't help but feel she's planning something. And all I'm saying is that I would like for us to be on the same page about how to handle it if something happens.
I hate you seeing get so stressed out over her, Nancy. Is it because she's so cute? Like, is it some kind of a jealousy thing with you, or what?
That has nothing to do with this, Alex.
Okay, well, even still, I feel like the things she's been telling you really aren't that big of a deal. If you ask me, I'd say that you should be worried a lot more about your own mental state than hers.
Alex, I am being serious about this. Would you please take me seriously? Yes, I'm concerned, and for a very good reason. Audrey is being super aggressive toward me. I'm terrified about whether she might have some ulterior motive, what that motive might be, and what impact she's going to have on our wedding. And that means it's just as much as your problem as mine. And, by the way, you're still not home yet? What are you out doing tonight?
Man, Nancy, you really just need to take some time to chill out. I've tried telling you this so many times, but you're so stressed out that I can't get through to you. Audrey is my friend, that's it. If you keep overreacting to every little thing that she says, it's gonna drive both you and me crazy. So whatever your issue is, whether it's stress, jealousy, or whatever, you need to get it figured out quick. Because if you don't, then I'm gonna start to worry about our future together.
My issue is not stress or jealousy, Alex. This is about my ability to trust you as the man who's going to be my husband. Tell me, Alex, can I trust you? Is the wedding gonna be all right?
I'm telling you for the last time, you're overreacting, period. The end. Just don't even think about Audrey and all your problems will be solved. Like really, you think she's gonna do something to trash our wedding? If you ask me, if you stay on edge like this for much longer, you're the one who's gonna pop off and do something crazy.
I guess this conversation isn't going to go anywhere, so can you answer my other question? Where are you right now?
I'm out having drinks with my boss, so I'll talk to you later.
Really? You're out drinking with your boss again? Come on, Alex. I really wish you would take some time to have a proper conversation with me.
Yo, Nancy, where did you go? What are you thinking running off at a time like this? Get back here!
What is the matter with you? I have never in my life seen someone do something so low, so scummy, so heartless. And at our wedding, you owe me an explanation.
Scummy? Seriously? It was a joke! A classic practical joke! I wish you could have seen the look on your face when you were walking down the aisle, but then Audrey came up from behind you wearing a wedding dress. Then she pushed you aside and beat you to the altar. And you know, just saying, she looked pretty good in that dress, didn't she? Anyway, we can't continue the ceremony until you get here, so when are you getting here?
Never. I'm going home, you jerk.
What?
As if I would ever come back to you after something like that. The wedding is off.
Whoa, Nancy, hold on just 1 minute. You're joking, right?
Would I joke about something like this?
Well, I mean, what Audrey did was just a joke. I mean, okay, sure, I was pretty surprised when she knocked you down like that, but it was all a simple prank. She never thought you'd get that mad. I guess maybe she did go a little bit overboard.
That was a joke to you? Exactly what part of that was funny? Can you tell me that? You're absolutely insane, both you and your precious old friend. Let's set aside the fact that she wore a wedding dress to another woman's wedding for a second. She waited until Here Comes the Bride started playing, the chapel doors opened, and I was about to walk down the aisle with my dad. Then she physically pushed me aside and ran straight to the altar. What kind of idiot thinks that qualifies as a joke?
Well, she thought it was a joke, obviously. That's just the way Audrey is. She always was the funniest girl in our class back in high school. She was just playing around. You shouldn't be taking what she did so seriously. All she did was try to lighten the mood at our wedding. Make people laugh. Is that such a bad thing to do?
She was trying to lighten the mood? I don't believe what I'm hearing. You really still don't get it, do you? What she did was not a little bit overboard. It was straight up cruel. This is not the sort of thing that you can get away with by using the tried and true "it was just a prank, bro" excuse. Do you have any idea how humiliating that was for me? How do you think I felt, walking out of my own wedding, still wearing my wedding dress? Tears streaking down my cheeks, my makeup ruined, my hair a mess. Then I had to wait for a taxi out there like that. Thank God I'm home now and no one can see me anymore.
What the? You mean you actually went home? But the wedding, it was only getting started. We haven't even finished the ceremony, not to mention the reception. What are we gonna do about all that?
I don't know, Alex. What are you going to do about it?
What do you mean?
I mean, just what I asked. What are you going to do about this? Are you going to just go on like normal and pretend nothing happened?
Look, for now, let's just get through the ceremony, okay? We can talk more after that. Just calm down, okay? Take a deep breath.
Actually, I'm surprisingly calm right now. How are you doing?
This is crazy. Audrey only meant it to be a joke. She said that she never wanted to make you this angry.
I'm not the least bit interested in anything that woman has to say. Even if I were, I didn't mean to make you mad isn't an acceptable apology for what she did. As a matter of fact, no apology would be acceptable to me. She did the cruelest thing I could imagine to me on my wedding day, and I will never forgive her for that. I asked you so many times, Alex. She's not going to do anything crazy at the wedding, is she? But every single time, you blew me off. And it's not just me who's been hurt by her actions. How do you think my parents, friends, and other guests feel right now? What are you going to say to them?
I don't know. I'm at a loss for what to do here. I never thought that you would get so angry about this. Can you just get back here for now? I'll think of some way to salvage this by the time you arrive, so give me some time.
I'm not giving you one more second of my time, Alex. I've given you more than enough already. I should have cut things off with you the second I got evidence that the two of you were having an affair.
What? What are you talking about?
I thought you had said she was just an old friend, but it turns out you were much more than just that.
Wait, Nancy, just listen to me for a second. I was not having an affair, not with her or with anyone else.
Do you really think you can still talk your way out of this?
I'm telling you, Nancy, you're making a mistake. If you would just give me a second to explain, you'll see that I'm telling you the truth.
If you saw exactly what evidence I have against you, you'd know that I am definitely not making a mistake. I know that you were with Audrey before the wedding, and really, when I think about the way that you've treated me up until now, it really is the only logical conclusion. So, Alex, go ahead and give me your explanation. You said you can clear up the confusion, right? Well, be my guest.
Okay, so, it's kind of a long story, but long story short, we are definitely not having an affair. Yeah, me and her used to be together, but that's all in the past. It's over.
I see. Well, that's a very good explanation, Alex. But it's missing a few details. Like, for example, can you explain why you've been staying the night at her place 3 times a week?
How do you know about that?
And there it is.
Look, I know it looks bad. Really bad, but I swear I was serious about you. I was faithful to you.
You are way, way too late to be talking about being faithful. I have evidence of what the two of you have been talking about and that your relationship is still ongoing. Seriously, Alex, what were you thinking? Doing something like that so close to our wedding?
I'm telling you, it's over between us.
Alex.
We're not together anymore!
Alex!
I swear on my life!
Alex!
But it really was over between us! At least I thought it was. I guess I don't know, sometimes your past comes back to haunt you. But please, can we just meet up and talk about this?
What good is talking going to do?
I want to prove that I really am serious about you.
Snap out of it, Alex. I told you it's too late for that.
But Nancy!
But nothing! You think you can prove to me now that you're serious about me? Please. Any chance you ever had at getting me to trust you again is gone. There's no coming back from this for you. Our relationship is broken. There's no fixing it anymore. Even if we could fix it, I'm not interested. I'm breaking up with you.
No. Nancy, you can't be serious.
When have I ever been not serious with you? Really, has there ever been a single time? But hey, look on the bright side. You can keep the wedding going as it is. Just have Audrey take my place. That's the way you wanted it to be, isn't it?
No, that's not true. I only ever wanted to marry you, Nancy. I'm really, really sorry. I never intended for any of this to happen. I never thought things would end up this way. If I had known that, I would have done so many things differently.
You're free to feel as much remorse for your actions as you'd like, but just know that nothing is going to change my mind. All the trust I once had in you has been shattered. I never want to speak to you again. I never want to see your face again. I never want to hear your voice again. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to completely rethink all the plans that I had made for my life, so I'm gonna put away my phone. And as for this most disastrous of weddings, you can rest assured that you are going to pay for the entire cost.
What? I'm gonna have to pay for the whole thing? Nancy, please, you're not really gonna break up with me, are you?
Of course I am. You'll be hearing from my lawyer within the next few days. Goodbye, Alex. I hope you enjoy your life with Audrey.
This is absolutely insane! You're suing me? For what? All me and Alex ever did was fool around, and that's the same thing I did at your wedding. I was just fooling around. It was all just a big joke. I don't deserve to get sued for anything.
It doesn't matter if you think it was a joke, Audrey. All that matters is that I have all the evidence I need of your actions at my wedding and your affair with Alex. If you're surprised by the amount that I'm suing for, you shouldn't be. Considering the amount of pain and suffering you've caused me, I'd say you're getting off pretty easy. I have every legal right to sue you for damages, and so that's what I'm going to do.
I don't get it. I really don't get why you're so mad about this. My relationship with Alex, my surprise at your wedding, that was all just one big joke. You don't have to take it so hard.
There's another word for the surprise we're talking about. Assault. And once again, it doesn't matter if you intended it to be a joke. It was very serious to me, and so was the damage you've done to me. You were actively engaging in an affair with my fiancé while repeatedly lying to me about it. Then you assaulted me and humiliated me on what was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. If you really don't understand why I would be so mad about that, then you must be even more of an amoral scumbag than I thought.
Look, I'm really sorry about all that stuff, okay? And I'll never do it again, so please don't sue me.
Yet again, Audrey, I don't care if you're sorry. It does not matter one little bit. All that matters is the scale of the damage that you did to me and the amount that the law allows me to sue you for. And I've already consulted with a lawyer who told me that the damages that I'm demanding are well within the legal limits. The only way that you're going to be able to reduce those numbers is if you're willing to settle, which I highly recommend. But, in any case, shouldn't you be happy with this outcome? You were really angry that I stole Alex away from you, weren't you? And now you've successfully stolen him back from me. You win! Congratulations! I'm breaking up with him, so you can go ahead and marry him instead of me.
Marry him? Who said anything about marrying him?
You mean you don't want to marry him? If that's true, then I'm really lost as to why you would have done what you did. All those texts telling me that you were a better match for him than me? The way you stole my moment walking down the aisle at our wedding? I mean, you do have feelings for Alex, don't you?
Yeah, sure, kinda, but I have stronger feelings about you.
Oh. You mean that you came between me and Alex because you wanted to get with me? Well, sorry, but I don't like girls.
That's not what I meant! Get over yourself, yuck! I don't like Alex as much as I hate you!
You hate me? But why?
You just piss me off, that's all! Things didn't work out at all between me and Alex back when we were younger, but then you came along, and within just a few months of dating, you're already talking about getting married? How did things go so well for you? I haven't had any luck finding a good guy after Alex and I broke up, but at least I still got to be close friends with him. He made me feel special in a way that no one else ever did. All I wanted to do was make you understand that I was more special to Alex than you. That would have been enough to make me feel better. It wasn't supposed to happen like this.
But you did have an affair, didn't you?
I don't know. Can you really call it an affair? I'd say it was more like scratching an old itch. I mean, we were both pretty drunk, so...
It really seems to me like you're still emotionally dependent on Alex, and dangerously so. You were so bitter and jealous that he chose me to be his wife, and therefore more special to him than you, that you lost control. You used your continued relationship with Alex as a band-aid to cover up the emotional wounds from your inability to find someone who truly cared about you. The only way you could hold on to your self-esteem was through continuing to believe that you were the most special woman to him. What you did was no different from a child lashing out when her security blanket gets taken away.
Maybe.
You're such a pathetic loser, Audrey.
Hey, I am not!
If you were so dependent on Alex's attention, then why didn't you just work harder to make him like you in the first place? Instead, you waited until after he was already engaged to somebody else to really start to pursue him. And as that somebody else, I cannot allow you to get away with that without facing the consequences. You might think of me as cold for doing this, but there is no way that I'm going to give up on suing you. I'm doing exactly what I should do in my situation. Nothing more and nothing less. Once I'm done with you, though, you're free to do whatever you want with him. He always told me you were prettier than me anyway.
Really?
I wish you the best of luck with him. Just don't drag me into it anymore. You're both perfect for each other. A couple of lying, backstabbing losers.
Nancy, please, I'm begging you, don't break up with me! Audrey was only using me to get at you! I was never serious about her! Everything that happened at the wedding was just her awful prank! It's embarrassing to be talking this way, but you were the only one I ever loved! I never wanted to damage our relationship!
No matter what you say, nothing is going to undo the damage you've done. And what do you mean you loved me? Love isn't an emotion, Alex. It's action. And what did your actions tell me? They told me that you don't love me and that I shouldn't trust you ever again.
I know, but you have to give me another chance! You have to know that I've taken a ton of damage from what happened at the wedding, too! After you left, your parents came up and screamed their heads off at me in front of the whole crowd! And a bunch of my co-workers were there and they saw the whole thing! They know that I cheated on you, and they'll probably never talk to me again! I never intended to cheat on you, honest! I just made a mistake, a very stupid mistake!
I don't care how you justify it.
It's only been a few days, but the whole company heard about the wedding. My boss pulled me into his office earlier. He said that the company was rescinding their offer for a promotion.
Yeah, I can see why they do that.
I was placed in the lead of a new project that the company was investing a lot in, but they took that away from me too. I'm gonna end up doing desk work until the day I retire.
Well then, I guess you should have taken more care to ensure that your ex-girlfriend and current mistress didn't do anything to wreck the wedding. So, what do you want, Alex? Do you want me to feel bad for you?
I just want to talk to you. I'm sorry about what happened with Audrey, but I swear it's all in the past now. I'm really sorry for betraying you, and I'll never do it again. Please, Nancy, you're the only girl that I love. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So, can't we try and start over again? I don't want things to end between us like this.
This is just you trying to save your reputation with your friends and colleagues, right?
No, that's not it.
Save it, Alex. I'm not interested in hearing anything you have to say. You might think that you can change my mind with all your emotional speeches, but that's not gonna work on me. I'm seeing things more clearly than I have in a very long time. I suggest you take a moment to look at things clearly yourself. You can start by considering just how much damage your affair and behavior at the wedding did to me.
I'm telling you, Nancy, I never wanted any of this to happen. I'm sorry I hurt you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So please, don't break up with me. I want to marry you.
That desire will never become a reality, and you only have yourself to blame. There are some things that saying you're sorry won't fix, and this is one of them. I talked to the venue staff, and they'll be sending you the bill for the wedding cancellation. Pay it by yourself. I'm not giving you a cent. I don't need or want any more apologies from you. Our relationship ends completely, right here, right now. If you have anything else to say to me, you can say it to my lawyer.
It's gonna be really hard to pay it by myself, but I'll do it. But in exchange, won't you at least consider taking me back?
There is no amount of money in the world that could get me to do that.
I'll even cut off contact with Audrey for you if you want. I was an idiot for letting her get to me. I only found out the other day that Audrey felt so strongly against us getting married. I guess she had felt like our relationship was becoming closer and closer to a romantic one, but then you and I got engaged and that was a big shock to her. I think the way she was texting you and what she did at the wedding were her way of trying to show you who's the better woman.
All things that I was fully aware of several days ago.
I know I sometimes told you that Audrey was prettier than you, but I didn't mean it. I can see now how much that hurt you, and I'm sorry for that. All I've been thinking about the last few days is how much I regret the things I did to you.
Good for you. I don't care, though. The moment you pay the bill for the wedding will be the final time that you and I will interact. After that, I'm going to act as though you never existed. I think you can understand why our relationship has brought me enough pain already.
You're right, Nancy. You deserve happiness, and I hope you find it.
And in spite of everything, I hope the same for you. Goodbye, Alex.
Hey there, Nancy. I'm sorry to message you out of the blue like this, but I wanted to apologize for what I did at your wedding.
I appreciate that, but why are you just doing this now?
Because I finally realized what an idiot I was. The truth is, I was jealous. Alex always seemed so happy with you, and I wanted that for myself. I got emotional and lost control. I'm the one who came on to Alex. It was my fault we had an affair. I was desperate to do something, anything to stop your wedding, and I'll forever be ashamed of myself for that.
To be honest, I had a feeling that was what happened. But even if it was just out of jealousy, that doesn't change the facts on the ground. You ruined my wedding and my relationship with Alex. I hope you carry that guilt with you forever.
I promise you, I will. There's no excusing what I did to you, and you have every right to be angry at me.
Again, I appreciate your apology, but it's not going to accomplish anything at this point.
So, you aren't gonna get back together with Alex?
Not a chance in the world. I already told him as much. There's no fixing what he broke. Actually, I told him that the best thing for me would be to never hear from him again.
I think you should know, Alex was absolutely crazy about you. Whenever we hung out, you were all he talked about. And the reason he was hanging out with me so much right before your wedding was that he felt sorry for me. I used those feelings to get him to come to my place, and we...
I know what happened next. I don't want to hear it.
Right, sorry. I'll shut up now. Again, I'm really, really sorry for everything.
You don't need to apologize anymore, but I am grateful that you did. Thank you. You might be in for some rough times ahead, but I do hope you make the best of it. I'll be doing the same for myself. Goodbye, Audrey. It took me a few weeks after the wedding for me to finally get my wits about me again. I have to admit, when Alex told me that I was the only girl that he ever loved, it did give me some pause about my decision to end things with him. But it's like I told him, it was too late. I knew that he and Audrey had an affair, and I saw the way he reacted to Audrey's stunt at the wedding. There was no way I would ever be able to trust him again. So I accepted his apology and appreciated it, but my resolve remained firm. Alex kept to his promise to pay for the full cost of the wedding. However, the damage that he did to his reputation is still having a pretty powerful impact on his career. Audrey was having a pretty hard time of things herself. It's a somewhat small town, so word of her exploits spread fast. Eventually, she couldn't handle being the subject of constant rumors, so she moved away. In the end, she and Alex stopped talking to each other too. I guess they both thought that it would be the best for them to leave their past behind entirely. As for myself, I'm still working on rebuilding the plan I had for my life. Fortunately for me, I have a whole network of family and friends who are there to support me every step of the way. I'm taking things one day at a time, one step at a time, gradually moving forward to a brighter future.
Hey there, Nicole. I've got some great news. I'm getting married today, in Hawaii. And you know who the lucky groom is? None other than your fiancé, Rick. Well, Nicole, are you gonna give me a congratulations or what? I wonder what it must feel like to have your fiancé stolen away from you. I wouldn't know. I'm far too good to my men to let some other woman steal them from me. Well, I'm waiting. Are you so shocked at the loss of the love of your life that you can't even send one single text to me?
I was too busy scratching my head to respond, actually. What in the world are you talking about?
Oh, I get it. You're just so surprised. Your tiny little brain hasn't had the time to process it all. That makes sense after all. Today was the day you and Rick were supposed to get married, wasn't it? Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you will never marry him. He's going to be mine forever. I've already booked everything right here in Hawaii. The venue, the caterer, and most importantly, the hotel room.
So you and Rick are getting married today in Hawaii?
I'm glad you finally caught up with the class. That's right, we're tying the knot. I figured you deserved at least a heads up. Oh, and by the way, we would love for you to come too. We're inviting all of our friends to share in this joyous occasion with us. Oh, and don't worry. I know how humiliating it would be for you if word got out that Rick was engaged to you before me. So I'll try not to tell anyone about that while I mingle with the guests at the reception. But if I do go and get a little blabby though, I hope you'll forgive me. But our friendship has meant so much to me over the years that I really want you to be here.
All right, what's your angle here, Melina? Are you trying to be funny or what?
Trying. I'm wiping tears off my phone as I type from laughing so hard. I mean, when you think about it, it's absolutely hysterical. I've stolen just about every single one of your boyfriends from you. And now, for my piece de resistance, I'm stealing your fiancé. I know that I've caused you so much pain over the years, and I really appreciate all you've done for me. Thanks to you bringing me a constant supply of men, I haven't had a single lonely night in years.
I'll ask you again, Melina. What's your angle here? Why are you doing this? You've been nothing but terrible to me for as long as I can remember. And based on the way you're talking, it seems like you're aware of that. Am I right? It just seems odd that you'd be so casual about announcing that you've done yet another horrible thing to me.
Why, whatever do you mean, Nicole? I don't think I've done anything wrong at all. It just so happens that all the men you've dated have been my type. And it only takes me a few minutes of persuasion to get them to dump you and get with me. You can't blame me for the fact that all the men in your life like me more than you, can you? I mean, we're not even close to being on the same level. I'm way prettier than you, way more charming than you, way sexier than you. So put yourself in the shoes of a man who's unfortunate enough to date an ugly, fat, dumpy girl like you. All of a sudden, her gorgeous friend comes along and it seems like she's interested in you. It's only natural that they choose me if given the option.
You know, Melina, I think you're the only person I know who would brag about being able to steal another woman's man. You really are one of a kind.
Oh, don't be silly. I don't think it's anything worth bragging about. I mean, if those guys were also willing to ditch you after I toyed with them for just a little bit, doesn't that say more about their lack of commitment? And then there's a simple fact that you were never able to lock any of them down. So I'd say your lack of feminine appeal is another pretty big factor.
Yep, that's you, Melina. That's always been you. I've built up a pretty strong immunity to your nonsense over the years, though, so none of this is anything new to me.
What's the matter, Nicole? You got a problem with me or something? If you've got something you want to say, then go ahead and say it now. Or don't. I really don't care either way. In the end, I'm still gonna get to marry Rick, and you're gonna be alone and miserable. You're a loser. You've always been a loser, and you're always gonna be a loser. So I really don't care at all what you think about me.
Really? Then you're in luck. Because I have absolutely nothing to say to you. Quite the contrary, I have explicitly and repeatedly told you over the years that you are not my friend, and I want nothing to do with you.
Aw, really, Nicole? You're not gonna be my friend anymore? Seriously, you're such a child. Grow up, will you? No one likes a sore loser, you know.
I can assure you I am not sore about losing anything in this case.
Oh, sure. You're not sore. Sure. You keep telling yourself that. Hey, if it makes you feel better, I'll apologize, okay? I'm sorry for stealing your real estate tycoon boyfriend from you, Nicole. You seem like you still have some feelings for him, though. So how about you come to the wedding? It might give you some closure and help you move on to seeing him tell me I do. Don't worry. Unlike you, I'm actually an appealing woman, so I won't feel threatened at all by the fact that my fiancé's ex-girlfriend is at our wedding. Oh, but you're gonna have to pay for your own ticket and hotel and stuff.
Wait a second, did you call him a real estate tycoon? It would be more accurate to call him roller coaster tycoon because he spends more time and money on video games than he does on real estate.
Come on, Nicole. Really now? You're gonna add spiteful liar to your list of bad qualities? Isn't it bad enough that you're fat and ugly without adding more personality flaws to the mix? You can't honestly think that stupid and obvious lies are gonna scare me away at this point. How pathetic can you get? Are you going for the world record in being a bitter, angry, spurned woman?
I'm not bitter, not angry, and not lying. If you don't want to take my word for it, why don't you go and ask Rick himself? I doubt he'd hesitate to give it to you straight.
I'm not gonna waste one single second of my life asking Rick a question I already know the answer to. Speaking of which, I have way better things to do with my time right now than to talk to you, so I'm just gonna go. I've got a wedding in paradise to prepare for. Meanwhile, you're gonna be sitting on the couch in your cramped little apartment crying your eyes out. Next time, find yourself a boyfriend who won't dump you for me. Thanks for finding me the man of my dreams, though. I really appreciate it. I'll be sure to be as happy as you are miserable.
I'm sure you will, Melina. Harmony, did you hear Melina broke up with your ex-boyfriend already? She really never learns.
I did hear, actually. And I was just about to message you about it myself. You wouldn't believe it, but Keith messaged me earlier.
No way.
Yes, way. And he said he broke up with Melina and wants to get back together with me. I was just like, what kind of idiot do you take me for? You think I'm gonna take you back after you dumped me for that homewrecker? I guess once he found out what she was really like, he realized how good he had it with me. Men like him make me sick. Honestly, I'm pretty glad I broke up with him.
Ugh, what a jerk.
You'd better be careful, Nicole. Knowing Melina, she's probably gonna come creeping around your boyfriend now.
Yeah, about that. She already is.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
Nope, last couple of times we've been out on a date, Melina just so happened to be in the same place at the same time.
Yeah, what a coincidence.
Then she jumps in right between me and Rick and starts putting on her typical sweet and playful act. She even asked him for his phone number right in front of me. After the way I told her off last time, she's got some gall to come around doing the same thing again.
My God, she's awful. But weren't you saying you were kind of done with Rick anyway? Do you think she's gonna take him off your hands, or?
Yeah, probably. I'll bet you anything that if I just told him that he's got money, she'll swoop in on him like a vulture to a deer carcass.
Good grief, that's a vivid metaphor. I remember you telling me he's chronically unemployed. I'm kind of surprised you lasted this long with him.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. It's probably because he was so different from all my past boyfriends. I don't know, I kind of felt this motherly urge to support him. I've only ever dated guys who were super independent and career-oriented, and he was really laid back and easygoing. I thought that was pretty cute, honestly. But now I realize that he's not laid back, he's just plain lazy. When I realized I was just being used for money, my feelings for him went cold really quickly.
Ah, so that's how it was. But Melina doesn't know about any of that, right?
Yeah, and I don't feel any compulsion to tell her. We're not even friends. She just comes around whenever she feels like stealing something of mine. Again. I think you understand that just as well as I do.
Oh, yeah. You don't need to tell me. You know, I've been thinking for a while. Maybe we can use a situation to our advantage?
Huh? I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, when you think about it, all the guys she's stolen from us in the past have been a bunch of losers, right? Like, what good is having a boyfriend who would go and get together with a girl like her? So, in all seriousness, I'm not all that broken up about any of that, and I'm pretty sure you feel the same way as I do. But still, the way she acts like she's better than us really pisses me off. And every freaking time without fail, she sends the same text like, "Sorry, but your boyfriend is going out with me now." I just can't stand the way she does that.
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. Like, what kind of person does that?
And how many boyfriends of yours has she stolen anyway?
Let me think. She took 2 guys from me back when we were still on speaking terms. After that, I told her I didn't want to speak with her anymore, and I stopped intentionally introducing my boyfriends to her. Like, why would I want her to meet someone who I cared about? It's almost as though she's only interested in other women's men.
I know, right? But before we started dating, guys, she was a pretty okay friend. But then once boys got into the mix, she turned into some kind of feral she-beast.
Feral she-beast is exactly right.
So yeah, like I was saying, I think it's time we got some payback on her.
Payback? How?
Nicole, did you do something to Rick? He's not answering any of my calls or texts. The wedding was supposed to start hours ago, but he's still not here. Tell me what's going on right now.
Why are you texting me if Rick is the one you want to talk to?
Are you blind? I just told you he won't respond to me. The only possible explanation is that you have something to do with this. So tell me what you did. Why isn't Rick talking to me? What's going on, Nicole?
Really? You think that I'm the only possible solution here? Well, you'd better think again. I didn't do anything with Rick. Maybe I should clarify. Rick texted me a while ago, and I just told him the truth. That's all.
The truth? The truth about what?
I guess Rick was under the impression that your whole let's go and get married in Hawaii thing was a joke. So he texted me and asked me if you were really in Hawaii and waiting for him to come. I'm not your friend. I'm barely even your acquaintance, so I don't really know how much of the specifics. But you certainly did come to me and brag that you were going to get married in Hawaii today, so I told him that.
What the? He thought I was joking? No, I don't believe you. There's no way. We talked about this a bunch of times.
Yeah, about that. I hate to break it to you, but it seems the two of you have some irreconcilable differences. Don't shoot the messenger, but I think you deserve to know that your fiancé is telling me that he wants to get back together with me. He was going on and on and on complaining about you, so I'm pretty sure his mind is made up.
He wants to get back with you! You cannot be serious. Are we talking about the same Rick here?
How many Ricks do you know? Yeah, it's the same Rick. So first off, I told you, right? He's not a real estate tycoon or anything of the sort. He's a chronically unemployed slacker.
Yeah, you told me, but that's all a lie. I mean, you told me yourself. You said that he could even become a billionaire someday. That he had a one-of-a-kind real estate instincts and was making moves in some big investment opportunities. You seemed like you were head over heels for him, and that's why I decided that Rick was my best option for a husband. I moved in on him quick and pushed him to marry me in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, I thought so. Congratulations, Melanie. You fell right into my trap. You're so predictable.
Your trap? What are you talking about?
That whole conversation was an act. I was trying to make you think I was head over heels for him. So what do you think? Am I a great actress or what?
Acting? You mean you were lying to me?
Excuse me, I didn't know such thing. I told you that he could become a billionaire one day. That doesn't mean that he's a billionaire right now, just that he could be one day. Which is true, right? Everyone could become a billionaire, provided with the right combination of talent and luck. You see, I made a completely generic remark. It's not my fault that you interpreted it completely incorrectly.
What? Wait. I remember you talking about him buying a bunch of books, right? You said that he bought basically every book about real estate investing that's ever been written. If that's true, then he's got to know a bunch of stuff about investing.
Yet again, you've made a jump to conclusions, Melanie. Yes, Rick bought a ton of books about real estate investing. He said that they were an investment in his future and would pay off big one day. And so he kept buying more and more and more books, but he never read any of them. They just sat on his shelf collecting dust most of the time. He would crack one of them open every once in a while, but I don't think I've ever seen him read more than a page at a time. That was all he could take before going back to playing video games or something. So yeah, he had a lot of books, but what good is a book that you don't read? He's the kind of guy who feels like just buying a book is an accomplishment in itself.
No way. You mean that he hasn't hit it big investing in real estate yet?
Not only hasn't he made it big, he hasn't done much of anything at all. If he had, do you really think he would be living in his girlfriend's cramped apartment?
Hold on. He told me about that. He said he only did that to get you to stop complaining. You were always on his back about living with you and helping you pay the rent. He could have bought a house for himself. But what good is a house that you can't live in? He'd just be wasting money on a mortgage. His plan was to live with you to save money, then use that to invest in more real estate.
Save money? Him? He's gotten himself fired from every single job he's ever had. How is he supposed to save any money when he isn't making any in the first place? All he ever did was beg me for money.
No, that can't be. He told me he had this big plan, and he needed to save as much money as he could. That's why I was the one who's always ended up paying for all our dates. Not only that, I took out a loan to pay for this wedding. He said he didn't have any money to contribute toward the wedding because whatever he had was going to go right into real estate.
You haven't been seeing him for very long, so I guess you just didn't notice. But all he ever does is basically read motivational speeches about investing in real estate. He never actually does any real work. And since there's no way he could ever get a loan, the probability that he'll even be able to buy a home for himself one day is practically zero.
You have got to be kidding me. He told me that he was going to take good care of me once we were married. And in order for that to happen, we would both have to do our best to save money.
He has a very powerful imagination. His ability to conjure up visions of future glory really are unparalleled. But that's all he's good at. He's nothing but a big talker. At first, I was kind of attracted to him for that reason. He seemed like a dreamer, an eternal optimist. But boy, was I wrong. I guess it's true what they say, love is blind.
Hold on. That still doesn't make sense. You and Rick were planning on getting married yourselves, weren't you? You mean that you knew he was a starry-eyed slacker, but you wanted to marry him anyway?
Uh-oh. Melanie, you're doing it again. I never said I was going to marry him. You only assumed I was because of the way I talked about him. Since you thought I trusted him enough to marry him, you thought that you could trust him too, even going as far as planning a wedding. Too bad for you.
No, I'm not gonna let you get away with that. I distinctly remember one time you saying that you were thinking about marrying him.
Oh, trust me, I was dating him, so I was definitely thinking about marrying him. But not as in thinking that I will marry him. I was thinking about the prospect of marrying him. And whenever I got to thinking about it, I immediately thought, nope.
You're serious, aren't you? You were really never serious about marrying him?
Are you joking? How could I be serious about marrying that guy? All he ever does is dream big dreams of being wealthy, but has never taken a single concrete step towards making something of himself. He's just one of those all talk, no action types. He can't even hold down a part-time job at a convenience store. How in the world was he going to be a successful real estate investor? And don't get me wrong, though, he definitely has some redeeming qualities. He has the uncanny ability to be completely positive in any circumstance. And to be honest, that positive nature of his was actually pretty refreshing to me sometimes. But I got to the point that I realized it wasn't going anywhere, and I started thinking about how I would get him out of my apartment. And that was when you came along, Melina. You were the answer to my prayers. I can't thank you enough for taking that dead weight off my hands for me.
I don't believe this. He tricked me.
No, I don't think he's the kind of person to trick anyone. He's definitely a big talker, though. He's like a gym bro who swears he can bench press 300 pounds if he really tried. But he's never outright lied to me about anything. Like, he never told me that he was already investing in real estate or that he had a bunch of money in the bank.
Now that you mention it, he never said that sort of thing to me either. But I mean, he talked all the time about how many books he had about real estate. And whenever he got to talking about it, he would throw out all these crazy technical terms that I'd never heard of before. I just figured he was so smart that he was talking way above my level. I figured he must have already owned a bunch of stuff and was working on making a big purchase. And that was why he never had any money to spend on dates and presents and stuff.
It's true that he did have a goal of investing in real estate and making a bunch of money. But from what you're saying about him just spouting a bunch of complex terminology, I would guess that he was just repeating phrases verbatim that he read while skimming all those books. You confused his baseless confidence for actual expertise. People who actually know what they're talking about aren't like that. They don't just spew as much high-level vocabulary as they can at people. They adjust their speaking style to the level of who they're talking to.
Oh my god, this is terrible! So he actually thought that I was joking about getting married today and he's not gonna show up?
Let's just say I would plan on spending tonight in your hotel room alone if I were you. After I said that you were serious, he said that going all the way out to Hawaii just to get married was a stupid waste of money. Also that the two of you have completely different value systems regarding money. Hold on, I'll just copy his texts for you. If she's got enough money on hand to throw a wedding party in Hawaii, she should just invest that money. I'd rather have a simple wedding ceremony with close family and friends than use that money to live on in the future. So yeah, if she's the kind of girl who wants to show off to her friends with a fancy Hawaiian wedding, then I don't think things are going to work out between us.
He actually said that to you? I guess. He did seem like he was surprised when I was talking about my wedding plan. He said something like, "Whoa, a wedding in Hawaii? That sounds crazy, dude." I thought he meant crazy good, not crazy as insane.
Hasn't anyone ever told you what happens when you assume things? Anyway, I'm not interested in Rick anymore, and he was blowing up my phone with notifications. So after a few hours of listening to him complain about you, I said my goodbyes and blocked his number.
I can't handle this. I'm in Hawaii at the wedding venue that I took out a pretty big loan to pay for. And now I found out Rick's just an unemployed dreamer and isn't coming. Not only that, but he's dumping me. What am I supposed to do now?
How am I supposed to know? All I know is that you've been nothing but a jerk to me and everyone else around you for as long as I can remember. It's like gloating in the face of other people's misfortune as your hobby or something. I doubt there's anybody left in this world who would be willing to help you out, so the way I see it, you only have one option. Live with the consequences of your actions. After that, Melina suddenly started profusely apologizing for everything she's done to me and begged me to get Rick to talk to her. I don't have any reason to do anything to help her, though, so I ignored her cries and blocked her number. I have been preparing for this outcome for some time and had already moved to a new apartment. So I don't think I'll have to worry about Melina coming to find me anytime soon. For what it's worth, I heard through the grapevine that she seems to have cleaned herself up a bit since then. She's working hard at her job to advance while saving as much money as she can to pay down her debt. Hopefully, though, she learns the most important lesson of all from all that happened to her. Keep your hands off men who are already taken.